So I did a video earlier, and I'm probably going to end up posting them back to back. But I just wanted to also share with you that there isn't anything to be worried about. That we are in a huge turmoil of change. I am a project manager that only deals with technical change, and even that causes chaos in organisations. You know, change is there's always a little chaotic phase just before it's implemented. And what we're going through now is that little chaotic phase just before what you really want is implemented. So I think it's going to be quite a shocking scenario from about September onwards. And it'll be very hollow. So it'll all be like all mouth, no action, very hollow, very shallow, nothing tremendous or to worry about, especially when the election starts. It's just going to be, it's just so much rubbish. And we don't need to worry about any of that. I see it almost like someone who hasn't got their way throwing their toys out of a pram. So if you imagine it that way, you know what I'm talking about. It's that last minute tantrum because they haven't got what they want, and it's going to be a little bit crazy. So the way I look at it is we are entering the golden age. It is getting better and nicer, but there's going to be a storm first. So we're in that storm. This year was always going to be hard, but for those who did their inner work, worked hard at your hold-ups, what's holding you back in life, you would then thrive. This year is the year for the opportunity for transforming and abundance. It's right there on the table for those who have the courage to take it. Don't get me wrong, I said earlier that I'm fearless. I don't feel scared about this move or anything, but I do have fears. There's so many things that could go wrong. It's hard enough, busy enough, challenging enough to move home. Full stop. You've got to get your current home ready. You've got to learn about your new home, everything else, let alone another country. We've all got to learn a different language, and I've got to get 14 animals over there. But I've just put it as a project. I have removed myself emotionally, and I'm managing it like a business project. So I'm using my skills and tool set to do it. And something went wrong the other day. And I just sat back and I went, okay, you run multi-million-pound global projects. Bigger things go wrong on those, and you're calm as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber, rather. And so I went, yeah, okay. So remove myself emotionally, sit back, go through this. What do I need to address? And I've resolved it really easily because I'm actually a really good project manager. And I sat back and I was like, this is interesting because I'm hoping I can keep this up. I've never really been able to do this before. I'm quite a highly passionate and emotional person. So removing myself emotionally and handling this as a business deal is so far working. I don't know if I can maintain it. So I'm really excited about it all, but also equally terrified. I've stayed here because it's safe. It's known. It's comfortable. And isn't that what we all do? We stay where we're safe and where we're comfortable. But I challenge you to question that with yourself now. I do journaling and that, so I found journaling and writing pros and cons and things like that really helpful. But I challenge you to question this last month. How have you found the energies? Are you staying where you are because you're comfortable? Are you like me, desperate to change, really unhappy where you are, but just think it's just too easy to be here right now? And all I can say on that is that once I made the decision, okay, I hear you, I'm going to do it. Once I made the decision, my path cleared, my heart opened, and every little challenge that came my way got washed away easily. And it's like I have this clear path, this clear run. And there's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that go wrong, but I'll manage them along the way. And I don't feel intimidated to delay the move. And I'm surprised at myself because there was two big things that held me up. One was the cost. Three big things, actually. Cost, the number of animals, and cost. And having two teenagers and how they're not really going to help much, are they? And cost. And them being in school. But for just their final year of GCSEs, they could remote school or home school and do their GCSEs at a much more leisurely rate without the pressures. They've had 2 weeks of mocks with like 2 exams a day right now. I don't think that's good to put on kids. You know, they've got coughs, they're not feeling good. There's some kids with severe anxiety and depression. It's not cool. So I'm not worried about their GCSEs. They can just do it at their leisure with private tuition help and support one way or another. And then they can come back to England, stay with their dad to do college, A-levels or university. They don't want to. They both have huge dreams with this property and with what they're going to do. And I'm really proud of both of them. I actually did not see that coming. When I put this in front of them and said, look, you can come with me or you can stay with your dad, I did not expect what they came out with, but they suddenly just unravelled an entire dream, each of their own, so different to what I was imagining. I hadn't even thought of these things for them. And I was just like, wow. And it's interesting because they're nearly 15 and they just have this whole world and mind and future of their own. And anyway, they've created their own dream and it's beautiful. And this has only become possible because of some beautiful friends who have helped and supported me, and primarily one who has inherited this, who is offering me this. And she's a beautiful soul, because I'm going to be a bit of a pain in the bum. It's not nice when you sell to a friend and someone you know. And she's just beautiful. She's just so caring, loving. She doesn't care. And she said to me, I'm just glad to be able to give this to you and help you change your life. Choke it up there. And I said to her, but you know, you're not actually changing my life. You're changing the children's lives, their children's lives, their grandchildren's lives, and all these animals. So in just one move, she's impacted so many people. And both of my children want to do service in their future. Excuse me, Maya! They want to do service in their future. And so it's going to have a knock-on effect to so many other people as well. I'm really surprised by my children's choices, actually. Beautifully surprised. Very proud of them. So, yeah, I was only going to do a quick update to say don't be scared, things will get better, and then off I've gone again. But I really want you to try and be inspired. You know, if a single mom with 2 children at that age and all these animals can do this, if you listen to your guides, you will be okay. They will guide you. If you feel any resistance or any discomfort, you're on the wrong path. And I think so many of us are feeling that this month, but it's more so than ever. And if you're doing your inner work and you sometimes listen to your guides and then sometimes don't, you're going to be finding it even harder, because people like us should know better. We don't have a right to procrastinate or hide or avoid what we know we've got to step into. It is big, it is scary, but do you know what? The world's transforming. Look at it. There's so many lovely people coaching, guiding, pushing, helping. It's beautiful out there. And we all have to step up now because the world needs us. So I'm stepping into it. And once I've done this move, I will be so much more into my healing retreats and spirituality and helping people and supporting people. It's going to be my way of guiding everybody and giving you a place to come to on top of a mountain where you can breathe. I honestly have just felt so cornered and trapped here. And the collective energies in the UK, I think, horrible. I lived in America, I lived in France, and I lived in Germany. And I always said I would never leave the UK. I did not think I ever would. But I tell you, I'm going to leave this year and I'm never coming back. And I never, ever thought I would leave the UK. And I'll tell you why I'm never coming back. One is because the UK is kind of being punished since Brexit and we've left the EU. No EU country will now let you go and retire there and give you a visa. They're just being really tight with that. You can't get in. So if I don't do it young while I'm a worker and get worker visas, I won't ever retire abroad. So I'm done. I'm never coming back. The other thing is when I lived in America, Germany and France, I always said I'm proud to be English. It's a beautiful country. Now I'm ashamed. What they have done and the corruption in our government and things like that, I'm totally ashamed. I don't want any part of it. I don't even want to be considered English anymore. I think this country needs a big shake-up. And I think those who are leading it are disgusting. And shame on you, really. What you've done in the lockdown to our children and everything else is horrendous. So please listen to your energies and guides.